PlayStation Plus Extra has had some big games added lately, and February looks like it could bring another heavy hitter. This month, we've got 6 strong contenders for the headliner spot. Let's break down each one. Ubisoft took Assassin's Creed back to its roots with Mirage. It's a smaller, more focused game that ditches the RPG elements in favor of classic stealth and parkour. You play as Basim in 9th century Baghdad, and the game leans heavily on the style of the older Assassin's Creed titles. It's not as long or as deep as the recent games, but that works in its favor if you're looking for something more straightforward. Mirage could be a solid pick for PlayStation Plus Extra, since it's already been discounted a few times and fits the service's lineup well. From Software's Mech Combat series returned in a big way with Armored Core 6. It's fast, aggressive, and requires quick reflexes, but it's not a Souls game. Instead, you're customizing mechs, dodging missiles, and taking on massive bosses in high-speed battles. It's challenging, but once you get the hang of the movement and weapon loadouts, it feels great. It sold well but wasn't a long-term hit like Elden Ring, so it's a strong candidate for PlayStation Plus Extra. RoboCop Rogue City is a surprise success. It's a first-person shooter that actually understands what makes RoboCop great. You're slow, heavily armored, and brutal in combat. The game is packed with references to the movies and has a decent story that plays like a lost sequel to the original films. It's not perfect. Some of the open-world sections feel empty, but the shooting feels satisfying, and it nails the RoboCop experience. It's a newer game, but it could be a strong addition to PlayStation Plus Extra. Hogwarts Legacy is one of the biggest games of 2023. It lets you explore Hogwarts and the surrounding areas in an open-world RPG that has plenty of spells, combat, and exploration. It's not tied directly to the Harry Potter story, but it does a good job of making the world feel alive. It sold incredibly well, so it might be too soon for it to hit PlayStation Plus Extra. But if it does, it would easily be one of the most popular additions the service has ever had. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty comes from the team behind Nioh, and it's a fast-paced action RPG that mixes Chinese mythology with difficult combat. It's got a parry-based system that takes some getting used to, but once you figure it out, fights become intense and satisfying. It's not as polished as Sekiro or Elden Ring, but it's a solid game for fans of challenging action. Since it was on Game Pass at launch, it wouldn't be surprising to see it land on PlayStation Plus Extra soon. The Crew Motorfest is Ubisoft's take on an open-world racing game, heavily inspired by Forza Horizon. It moves the series to a tropical island setting, and while it still has the massive vehicle selection and online multiplayer, it's much more focused than previous Crew games. It's not quite as polished as Forza, but if you're into arcade racing, it's a solid choice. Ubisoft has added some of its racing games to PlayStation Plus Extra before, so this wouldn't be a stretch. All 6 of these games could make sense as the headliner for February's PlayStation Plus Extra update. Which one do you think will be the headliner? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.